Well, the time has come. After Biden's attempt to debate Trump, both sides of the political aisle are finally in agreement. Biden is not fit to run the free world.
24% of Republicans thought that George H.W. Bush should get out of the race. Compare that now, 32% of Democrats think that Joe Biden should get out of the race.
This was a big problem going into the debate. It was made only worse. And the administration's response seems to be, who are you going to believe? Us or your lying eyes?
It was flying across 12 time zones when your son was convicted on felony counts.
That is simply not true.
So what does this mean going forward? What does this mean for the economy? Let's break it all down right now. So it was actually highly anticipated from many news outlets and economists that Biden was going to resign today, July 4th, but it seems like we're not going to get it today. But it doesn't mean we're not going to get it this weekend.
The conversation that we had is, okay, what do we do next? Okay, that is, if there's one thing that we're about, it's, okay, as Barack Obama said, bad debates happen. We had a bad debate. What do we do next? And, you know, the president, above all, is focused on what do we do next? What do I need to go do?
See, just a few days ago, Biden had a private meeting with all of his staff, and that's what's going on behind the scenes right now. The story for the past week is Biden's been doing a deep dive with his team and probably his strategizer, seeing what's best for the Democratic Party and also what's best for him and his political future. But just yesterday, he sent out an email to his staff that got leaked, and it said, "I know the past few days have been tough. I'm sure you're getting a lot of questions. I'm sure many of you have questions as well. So let me say this as clearly and simply as I can. I'm running. I'm the Democratic Party's nominee. No one is pushing me out. I'm not leaving. I'm in this race to the end, and we're going to win this election." Now, the interesting thing that's happening after the debate especially is polls on predicted.org shows that Trump is likely to win the election, with polls stating that he's winning at 58 cents on the dollar. Basically means 58%, but they like to do it in dollar amounts because it's fun. With Biden dropping to 24 cents and Kamala actually increasing to 21 cents when she was sitting at about 5 cents for the longest time. This means that Biden is not likely to win should he go against Trump, and neither does Kamala. Her numbers are just abysmal as well.
I think it was a disaster. I think it was like maybe the worst debate I've ever seen in my entire life.
I do think people feel like that we are confronting a crisis.
At first it was shocking, and it was scary, then it was sad, and by the end it was absurd. Is the riskiest path sticking with Joe Biden, or is the riskiest path saying we want someone else? And anybody who says that that is not a tough call right now is full of
Trump is killing, but it's not necessarily just the Trump effect. I mean, what's definitely helping him this time around is that we've already had a Trump presidency when everybody thought it was going to be World War III, it was going to be wars everywhere and devastation, when actually it was one of the best economies in U.S. history.
Well, guys, the president is presiding over one of the best economies that we have had, but does that mean he gets credit, or does that mean he is going to be reelected? That's a problem that political scientists will debate between now and November of 2020. Here are some of the data that we are looking at. The growth rate for the economy has been strong. The president has been in office a much shorter time than Barack Obama was, so could it keep going? It's possible. Some Fed officials think we could get down to 3.5 or even closer to 3. Maybe that would help the president when it comes time to run for re-election.
Now, that wasn't all just because of Donald Trump. I talked about this many, many times before you think I'm some crazy Trump guy, but nonetheless, a Trump presidency was not as bad as we thought, and it was actually good. One of the biggest things noting is there were no new wars anywhere on the planet Earth started during a Trump presidency. Now, you can say that's just luck of the draw, that was just timing, or you could say that a strong Trump presidency, nobody wanted to fuck around during a Trump presidency.
Done. This is embarrassing. And the most important question every voter has to answer is the following. Okay? What is the likelihood of that China, Russia, and Iran's watching this right now?
100%.
Let me ask you a question. If they could somehow, some way participate to manipulate our election, which one of those two do you think they would prefer winning the election?
Joe Biden. Not even
Joe Biden.
Wow.
Period. Done. That's the only thing. If the only way you vote, if you're trying to make sure the country is safe for you, your wife, your husband, your kids, ask the question. Do you believe China, Russia, and Iran hate America? If they do you believe they would prefer to go up against a Trump or a Biden? based on whatever your answer is, vote accordingly.
Wow. Ukraine, Russia, just general turmoil going on in the Middle East, Iran, Israel. It's a gong show. The pullout of Afghanistan, how we did that, gong show. Now, this isn't pro-Biden or pro-Trump. It's just stating the facts. And again, it might have been a coincidence. Maybe it was just the luck of the draw that during those 4 years, nobody wanted to mess around. But that's the facts. There were no new wars. Now, Trump was also caught on camera while playing golf.
What did I do with the debate the other night?
Oh, amazing.
Kicked that old broken down pile of crap.
Yeah.
It's a bad guy. He just quit, He's quitting the race.
Is that right?
Yep, I got him out of the race. And that means we have Kamala. I think she's going to be better. She's so bad. She's so pathetic.
It's so amazing.
It's just so bad. So
I just can't imagine.
But can you imagine that guy dealing with Putin and the president of China, who's a fierce person? He's a fierce man, a very tough guy. And they see him, they can't. But they just announced he's probably quitting.
Good. Yeah, that's amazing.
Just keep knocking him out, right?
Nobody knows Kamala Harris. She's been like a silent vice president, hasn't done anything good or bad, just hasn't done anything, just been a neutral nobody. So the idea of her taking over in July or August before a November election, I ain't no political strategist. I'm a business owner and a business strategist. This is not going to be good. You're not going to win. A Kamala Harris against Trump, he's going to eat you fucking alive. And he knows it. And him saying like that he basically hopes that she does take over and run because it's just going to be easier to smash her. Now, the only candidate that could realistically take over Biden and have a true chance at beating Trump, I think, would be Gavin Newsom. Even though he's trading at whatever it is, 6 cents on the dollar on the poll, he's probably the scariest and worst candidate against Trump because he's smart, he's a good talker. I ain't gonna say that, he's a good-looking guy, according to females. Like, he's got it all. He's the full package to go against a guy like Trump. He's young, he's energetic, and he can withstand and probably debate Trump and take him on his bullshit. So that's not what you want if you want a Donald Trump presidency, if you want a Republican leader.
What I saw tonight was Donald Trump weakness masquerading as strength. A guy who was incapable, as the senator said, answering any question directly. Obfuscating, pointing fingers, and more important than anything else, disgusted by the fact that I heard ex-President of the United States talk down the American economy, talk down the United States of America to the degree he did tonight.
And it's getting so bad that you even have Biden's press secretary not defending him. A presser asked, where's Biden? Why can't he come out here and talk to us and take our questions one-on-one? Trump always did that. Why can't Biden do that? And right before she was going to answer, someone shouted, I bet you he's sleeping, or something to that effect. And she didn't even defend him. She didn't even say, he's not sleeping. He's in the back office right now working on situation room stuff, working on some important stuff. That's why he can't be here. No, she didn't even say that. She just ignored the question, leading to the fact that he probably is sleeping because he's like a zombie.
He's not a young man. That's why he's acknowledging he's a little slower than he used to be in walking and not as smooth as speaking. We get that. But we also want to make sure that we point to the successes that he's had, his record, and we want to continue to build on his unprecedented record.
So here's the thing. Do I really think that Biden is going to drop out of the race today on July 4th or this July 4th weekend? No, I think he is going to push on, but it is a trend that we're seeing around the world of people wanting these left-wing leaders out. Look at Canada. Everybody wants Justin Trudeau out. He's got terrible polls. Everybody wants him out. What's going on with the France election? It looks like Macron might lose. The right-wing party is starting to win more and more. This is a theme across all of the Western world. The pendulum is starting to swing from left to right. We want responsible leaders not spending money on shit, causing inflation. And the reason why the pendulum is just swinging is because we're entering hard times. Right? We're in a recession, whether they want to admit it or not, but they will soon. We are definitely in a recession. People are having a hard time. Inflation's out of control. People can't find a home to live in most Western countries. Rent is out of control. Mortgage payments are insane. So people are getting fed up. So they want more fiscally responsible leaders, which tend to be more conservative leaders. It's just how the pendulum goes. It's just normal. But at the end of the day, why does this all matter? Why am I even making a video about a possible Biden ousting of him resigning on July 4th weekend? Sounds like a clickbaity title. Sure, it is. But it could be a reality. That's why I'm making a video on it. But why it's important is because as investors, which is what this channel is all about, is growing your wealth through investing, mainly through real estate investing, you need to know what the hell is going on in politics. What's going on right now will affect your life, will affect your business, and there's no getting around it. If you are obsessed about real estate investing or investing and growing your wealth, propelling your family forward through getting more wealthy so you can do what you want, when you want, live on your terms, get out of the Klaus Schwab grasp, if you will, you got to know what's going on. And most often, you got to vote with your wallet first, okay? Because if you don't have money, you ain't got nothing. You don't have to be a billionaire. I don't want you to be either, because it's going to ruin your life and just going to spend too much time focusing on money. But you got to make well over 300, 400, 500 grand a year. That's the goal. If you can make that much money, you're going to be very, very comfortable. By the way, guys, that is not hard at all, okay? It's not hard. It may sound insane, but when you realize how money works, when you realize how investing in real estate works, okay, it's not that hard. But that's how much money you got to make. And if you're going to make that much money, you got to protect yourself with taxes and writing things off, depreciating against your real estate assets to bring your income down so you don't pay as much taxes. Anyway, all of those things are better typically under a conservative or Republican government. So when you have Joe Biden wanting to increase capital gains taxes, you got Justin Trudeau, bonehead in Canada, increasing capital gains tax to 66%. Okay, you don't want to invest in countries like that. You don't want to live in countries like that. You don't want leaders like that. And if you're not paying attention to what's going on with economics, socioeconomics, with politics, okay, you're not a real investor. You're not sophisticated. You're just going about it, which is fine. That's better than the average person, but you're not being sophisticated. If you're on this channel, you'll want to be sophisticated. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Is Biden out of here? Is he going to resign this weekend, or just maybe in a few weeks, maybe a few months from now, before the election? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you in the next video.